Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of AI Amigos Show. I'm happy to be back. My name is Marina, and I am here with my good friend James. James, it's so nice to see you again.
Yeah, you were missing, and we were going to send the U.S. military to go get you. They were really good over there in South America, apparently.
Yes, yes, I was there. I am tan. What can I tell you? It was super nice. But anyway, I'm very happy to be back, and I have seen that there were many things going on in the AI world. And today we have actually a very hot topic, I would say.
Yeah, well, we're missing Jin Chao today, but hopefully he may be running a little bit late and join us. And I noticed you're wearing your Ireland jumper there, or sweater. So yeah,
Always,
just
always.
saying for
Ireland is
people,
always
she's
in
not in Ireland. So anyway, but just want to say welcome to everyone and point out that we are sponsored by Tequila AI. And I see we have a couple of viewers there, so feel free to join in the conversation as Marina said, a lot of things happening. Marina, what happened? Tell us.
Well, so then the main thing that is getting my attention and the topic of today is what is happening with the deepfakes. I remember the deepfakes were a huge topic a few years ago, with all the politician campaigns and so on. There were even documentaries talking about how fast the fake news spread. But well, so it seems to be something that it wouldn't be here again, and generative AI actually brought it again to the table, and no less than with Grok. So then Elon Musk is also like on the scope as well. Um,
Yeah.
it's actually something that raises a lot of questions. One of them is what is going on with the watermark that it is supposed to be in every AI generated video. Well, apparently it's not really sufficient, or it's not there.
Well,
um,
who's enforcing that? In fairness, right?
yeah, well, so as well, the main issue, if we go back and we think about the EUAI Act and the ethic commissions and so on, is that I feel it's really hard to actually align the entire world under the same regulations, or because whatever we can consider appropriate here in Europe, maybe it's not in another part of the world, and this is where we have some crashes. But I agree that all of us consider that what Grok was, I wouldn't say distributing, because it was just a generation of the images, is not appropriate anywhere in the world, right? I don't want to go like so deep, because I am afraid that YouTube will block us or something, mentioning some words. Uh, but
Yeah, we got to
yes,
be careful what we say.
exactly. So then, but it's actually a really big deal, and well, so the main concern that we have now is how do we prevent, or how can we prevent as normal people from these fake news or fake images that are around.
Oh,
It's
well,
a
I know
big deal.
Gemini is watermarking their images. I mean, I'm sure if we created a video, there would be one there, but I don't know if that's the free version or the paid version. Because I'm currently using I'm currently just used the free version, and it shows that there. So
Yes.
yeah.
No, yes, I know, and this is actually, a big issue here. Oh, look, Shan Chao is joining. Hi, Jan, welcome.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't just say to
you,
remove
you,
him.
you,
Oh, he's
you
removing.
can
He's
go.
adding. He's removing. Give him a
Well,
chance, buddy. Now give him a chance.
so I ask our audience for a bit of patience, and remember that live presentations usually always have some mistake. Um, but anyway, so here, even though like there are some watermarks, the problem is that not everybody is actually checking this. And I will go even deeper. Some presidents, for example, are using fake news because they consider this is real because of the background, or it actually looks as a news from a reputable newspaper, for example, to post in their social media, and then they have to delete it afterwards because it's fake. So
Yeah.
if even like high, or let's say like figures that are very recognized globally, they use it. So then what can we expect from the rest of the world? I think it's a dangerous time coming. Hi, Jan. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, definitely. I finally joined. I was trying to connect to the internet.
Well,
So
I mean, in fairness, in Chao, you were only a few minutes late. Marina was like, how many times did we not see her? She was missing.
I was missing. Well, but at least I mentioned that, and I mentioned that before leaving.
Yeah,
Um,
well, we went
our
looking.
audience didn't miss me.
We were looking for her, Jin Chao. I said we were sending the U.S. military to go get her.
uh, no, she's back.
Well, but seriously, like I was actually a bit concerned of what happened with Grok. I think it's not only the problem of the deep fakes as such, but also the problem that we have with generative AI, right? So then that we have the transformers that they are not ready yet in some limits. For example, when we talk about, okay, so let's talk with DeepSeek or ChatGPT or Gemini, and then you ask for something, and even though the information is not there, you always receive an answer. So this
Yeah.
is what we call usually the hallucination, right? um, but what happens with the images? This is actually very dangerous here. This is what I see like a big deal.
Well, there's definitely a lot of bad actors out there using, this technology for nefarious reasons. But unfortunately, I think this is the
Hmm.
world we live in. I mean, maybe the speed and scale of it is faster, but I mean, it's there's always some kind of stuff. There's always that, what do you call, like a scams.
No, I understand that, but the problem is not the actors, because if we think about the good and the bad actors, this is an arena that will never end, right? The
Yeah.
the problem or the issue is when we will be able to break this barrier that we have at the moment, with the limitations that generative AI has. I think that is where the concern is actually lying here, because
Sorry,
generative AI was
yeah,
actually
I didn't understand. Break the what? Sorry.
the barriers.
Oh, the barriers. Okay, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes. So then here is actually the big deal that I see, or the big problem that I see. I really expected that at this moment, we would be already in a different scenario. But even though everything is going in a super fast pace, well, so here we see the consequences. I saw that
Well,
many.
yeah, but what was the deepfake? I didn't get it. For from X, what did the people was doing? What were they doing? Were they doing just post? Let's say I put your photo in X and ask you to what, take out the clothes or what?
Yeah. Take
What
off the clothes. Yeah.
okay.
Yes, exactly, and especially with minors, that was a big deal.
Okay.
And then here is where all the danger actually come up. Jean Chao, do you remember that we studied in Atu, and then they posted something on LinkedIn mentioning that they deleted X for good because of what happened, and then they invited all the followers to follow them in the other social media channels. So then it's not the only institution. I mean, there were so many. So this one was a very big impact for X, for work in general, of course. And I'm not really sure if they were actually able to solve this problem, because I don't really think it's
No,
something that they
they
can
can.
fix.
Yeah, they can sure sort it. It depends on it. Do you want it or not? Because I try to, like, sometimes I try to put my kid's photo or something. I want to edit or move the guy or move whatever, make the picture perfect. A lot of them wouldn't let you to do it. Gemini wouldn't let you to do it. Like if you post it, it can recognize your face. If it's a kid's face, it would not do it for you. It would just say no. But X is a lot more, because you can try to do with ChatGPT as well, but it's a minor. It's like a kid's face. It wouldn't do anything for you. It just
Well,
stop right there.
so in ChatGPT, something that I try was with a picture, with a photo, and
Hmm.
ChatGPT gave me an explanation on what ChatGPT can actually do or what they are not allowed to do, right? So then, and ethically correct and so on. So I
Hmm.
wonder what happened with Elon Musk. Why? Why we are like now in this situation, because he is actually a visionary. So I don't really think that he missed it.
Well, he's the control. It give the control to the people. Some people doing bad things, some people doing good things. Yeah. I I was using X. I find it quite fun. I was like putting my son's photo in. It was skating. It was a photo, and then they can make a video of it. Really fun. But like when they make video, the face are different, and you wouldn't recognize. I know myself. I wouldn't recognize that's my son. It slightly changes all that, but I haven't changed the picture wise. So, but you do have a lot of excess in X though compared to other ones.
Yes, so then that's actually, like what I wonder, because what we were discussing with James here is, okay, you will always have good and bad actors. So then if you're like a bad actor, you can actually create, for example, an LLM collecting all the data that is available on the web, because it's publicly available, pretty much what Sarah
Yeah.
did, and then creating this kind of images to spread around. That is the
Yeah,
danger
that's,
here.
that's the famous people's issue, right? I think we talked about that before. A lot of more
Yeah.
famous people might get it has a lot of public image. That would be quite a big issue, though.
Yes, yes. Well, so I remember some years ago, if you needed to actually verify in a company, because I was working always with privacy and all, and and then in a company, what we used to do is we checked. Okay, so to verify whether this is real or not, we went to a reputable source and then we check it. But now the main concern is, okay, what do we consider now a reputable source? Like I believe like everyone could actually fall under this trap, to see an image and say, oh, this one is real, for example, or this information or this news are real.
Yeah, I think that's always the issue. I think, right? Isn't it? Like if you're going to any application that you can sign up and verify yourself, that process is pretty hard. Like like even have some wrinkles and all that, you can't even pass it. I can't even.
I don't
pass
have any wrinkles in China.
it.
Look by yourself.
You have to get close. You have to get close, and you have to turn. You have to open your mouth now. A couple of those in Chinese apps, you have to open your mouth a couple times, and then blink your eyes, and then you can get past it.
What do you think they see in your mouth, Jincha, that verifies you?
I
What do they
don't
see?
know. I don't know. But like it's hard if I'm putting a like if the lights is different direction, I couldn't verify. But like that's the general thing about like about the news, right? And you have to verify your information. But by saying that, as a lot of those damage people's reputations, that's the problem, I think, right?
Of course, yes. Or what happened now with Grok, for example,
Mhm.
So then, because if there is no limit in what the app can do, well, then we will have the issues, for example, as we mentioned before, what will happen with all the people using this for bad purposes if there
Yeah.
is no limitation on that.
But is that the problem of the company, or is that the problem of the person that did it?
Well, I think both, right? So then the company should actually have a blocking for this. I mean, the person who did it doesn't care, right? If I am like, let's say, an attacker, right?
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind. Like I wouldn't care about the rules. I wouldn't care about anything. I just
Well,
would
of
care.
course, that's why they're bad actors, right?
Exactly. So then it's not the problem. It's not my problem. I think the problem is the companies that they don't block this kind of usage. This is where we are lying into a problem.
Well,
into
they brought in some now, some just in the latest thing I think I saw there, that he's brought in something in regards to blocking certain aspects of it.
Certain area for X, a certain area, if your law doesn't allow it, it will stop it. UK definitely stopped it. Some other places stopped it as well.
Yeah.
But I think we should go for those people who make those kind of information public and talking like nonsense on internet. And I think that's very important.
Well, there are so many of them anyway.
But that's well,
To say
like
that.
yeah, I think we're turning that to the people who give the kind of technology away. Is I don't know. It should be for the people who use it in the bad purposes, right?
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I tell you something that happened to an acquaintance of mine. He was actually working with me, and the way he told me is that a neighbor of his, took some of his photos and used generative AI to create images of him, right?
mhm.
And then created a Tinder, like an Instagram, and so on, with another name. And once he was like walking at the street normally, and a girl stopped him. Hi, how are you? And just say the other name. He was like,
Mhm.
no, that's not me. Like, you are confusing me with someone else. No, no, this is you. We talk a lot. Da, da, da. And he was like, no, it's not me. I have a girlfriend. Like, I'm not on these applications, nothing. And she showed the photos, like, oh, look. So here you are. This is you.
Maybe he was saying that, but it was really him. What do you think, Jin Chao? I mean, that's like
No,
the
no.
ultimate player move, man.
Like that's
Canchero ese.
yeah, stuff. I don't know. Like
No,
I
but
used to.
the thing is, like, he sued the person and everything afterwards, and then this is how they realize who the person was. But what I mean to say is, like, if it happened to a common person, imagine like what could happen to, I don't know, like as you said, like a politician, and now with all the conflicts that are around.
I think it's just very difficult in Europe to go through that kind of stuff. How do you go for it? Where do you complain if someone did that to you? What's the process, right? So I don't know.
I don't
Uh,
really know either. So then,
yeah,
you
so
know,
that's the thing because now in China they bring all the new law, right? Me and James will talk about this before. Like you can't talk about the stuff. Like there's so many of those AI AI professors or whatever, the knowledge, right? Showing spread out how do you use AI and all that. In China, you can't really talk about it unless you have a diploma or technical certification. Otherwise, the things you said won't be qualified as you can't bring in like a professional thing into the conversation if you're not qualified. So this is happening now in
I'm
China.
sorry to tell you that a lot of people, anyway, here in Europe, they talk about this and they don't have any qualification at all. I saw that in China now it's a requirement. The same with other industries, not just for AI, like AI, medicine, nutrition, etc. Because there
Mhm.
were many fake news or fake information spread.
Yeah.
And yes, and of course, using generative AI to create videos, for example. I remember um, no long time back, I saw like one of the video, the reels that show up, when you're just scrolling, and a girl who said, okay, if you want to make some money, choose a topic that you like, go to AI, ask to write an ebook, and sell it.
Mm.
It's kind of okay.
But
Then,
we call
so
these
what
people
is my
fakers, don't we? We call these people fakers. Is that not the word we use?
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I still remember. Don't tell me.
But that's just that's
No,
just
but I
the
mean in
stuff.
those areas, not in just AI, but in general, right? You so like Jin Chao was saying, if you're not an expert in something, you can't talk about it. And everybody on the internet is an expert of something that's telling you something, and then you go to their page, and the only
Yeah.
reason their page comes first is because, and this has been happening for years, is that because they pay for their SEO and whatever, and
Mhm.
they'll rank, and it will be a person that knows absolutely nothing, and they'll rank over doctors, they'll rank over professionals, because lawyers, accountants, because they paid for SEO, and they're on top, and people didn't believe that, right? I mean, they're fakers.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, but now the main issue is not just that they are fakers, but they can use generative AI and not verifying the information that they
Well, I
are
think it's the
spreading.
speed, the velocity of this is how it's happening, and I was just going to tell you, apparently Grok is now stopped you from creating images, nude images of real people. So if you make me a nude person, a naked woman or whatever, it'll make it for you, but it's not based on a real person. Like if someone says, "Oh, give me an image of, I don't know, give me an actor, Scarlett Johansson," and you say, make me an
Oh,
image of
okay.
Scarlett Johansson naked," it would make it for you, right?
Yes,
Or I think it's they put them in a paying to put bullet holes or bikinis or undressing them, basically where people were doing this kind of stuff. You know,
Mhm. Jesus, Pornhub will be in trouble.
Who would be in trouble?
Like the website, right? If X was doing this all the time, that's a big industry.
That's it. Game over.
That was funny. That was funny.
And now, like, they will block us.
Yeah.
Like, what verification do they have, right? Of all those images over there, not from X. I just think X is the biggest site tied up to a person. You can find them. What about the rest of things, right? We're going so dark here now. But yeah.
No, but that's true. That's true, and this is actually, the main topic of this episode on, what is going on. For example, now with Grok, for instance, right?
Yeah.
So then, how can they actually fight for the image now? Because seriously, like many institutions and people stop following them.
Yeah, but we talk about this as well before when we're doing this. I remember it's half a year ago or something. We talk about like when you generate people, right? What if someone in the world was actually look like that or look exactly the same?
Yeah.
And it says not generate.
It was one of our first episodes, Jean-Charles, and I even remember your phrase that you said, it didn't happen yet, it didn't hit that yet, but it might happen,
Yeah, because it's all training from the real people. But when you generate their image, this person, it looks like a real person. It must be somewhere, right?
Yeah, someone in the world must look like this person.
Yeah. So it just
there's 8 billion people. There has to be
famous,
someone.
right? Yeah, it's just not famous. It's not like, I created an image of James.
I'm very famous. I'm very famous in China.
Very famous. No, we are. Yes.
I can't walk down the street without people asking for my autograph.
Oh, me too. I can walk for days. There's nobody asking me. Just Gardia picking on, where's your visa? Oh.
Well, speaking of famous, I invite our audience to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and connect with us on LinkedIn. We will be very, very happy to interact with you. But seriously, like,
don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to our channel, please, so you can actually do this. It costs nothing, and for us it helps a lot, and you will receive notification when we have our podcast that is every Tuesday at the same time.
Yeah, and make us more famous. Please click on
we are no fakers. I think we already proved it.
I hope so.
Well, if there is any enforcement as in China, I think like we wouldn't be removed, I assume. At least because of talking about these topics. No, but seriously, guys, like, coming back, for me, my main concern is Elon Musk didn't mention anything at all about what happened, so there was no official communication, nothing. Now many institutions stop using X, and many people stop using X, and even though, like, of course, he is a very famous person, super smart, and a visionary, I think that this will actually be very bad in general for X and for Grok. And I feel very bad for the technical people because, X is full of information. If you want to know what is going on, like with the AI, new models, and so on, X is a really, really good source nowadays. So I don't know how he can actually get up and get over this.
Yeah, I think it will pass. It's gonna be quick because it has a few things, few good thing about the X as well. They updated the Grok itself, right? The Grok, they have some tasks and stuff. It was very good. They have some specific mode, right? From like an expert, you can ask things from an expert, or they have a companion mode or something, or they have a doctor mode. Or you can ask us stuff. It's quite interesting though. Yeah.
No, it's really good. It's really good. That's why I say so. Then Yeah, but the features are good and they are going against the moral values of institution. Then I don't know if you would actually balance that out. You know, that's
Well,
actually the main thing here.
well, before we did today's webinar podcast, I was thinking, I'll say webinar podcast, as I was thinking about, I've never used Grok, and I have no issue with Grok, and I have no issue with what I mean by no issue is like it's not because of what's happening, and not sorry. It's just I should clarify that I'm not saying it's not an issue. It is an issue what's happening, but what I'm saying is that I just never used it. I mean, I started with ChatGPT, it worked really well, and then there was Claude, and then there was Gemini, because that one was the one we use at work. So I just thought, yeah. And so those are the main ones I've used, but I've not really used Grok. I mean, I've used DeepSeek because Jin Shao recommended it, but I don't really know anyone who's using Grok to say.
Well,
Have you guys used it at all?
I have, and I actually have because Jan Chao recommended this to me too. So yeah, like it seems like Jan tries the products and then they say, okay, you have to try it.
I think Jin Shao gets commission on all the things he recommends.
All right.
Well, we have another famous one today.
Yeah, that's my phone now here.
Hello.
Oh, back later on in a second. All right. Yeah, I'll come.
You tell me you're broadcasting to millions of people.
I have tried. Maybe I just did. Maybe Jin Chao gets commission for that.
I think he does, man. I think Jin Chao's making some commissions for all the things that he's recommending.
Well, I set up those that's for the daddy is a mummies in front of the computers now. You set up a kind of like a parent's count, right? Every time he downloads something, I have to prove it. That's why he's there. He's trying to download the game, and I have to prove it.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, he wants the game, but you have to give it the final. Yeah, that's a good parent, a good dad. You just don't trust him to download whatever he wants. You gotta make sure it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think we are reaching the end of our episode. It is very nice to be back. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens and what Elon will do to actually recover his image. And to our audience, don't forget to subscribe, follow us, contact us. And remember that this podcast is sponsored by Tequila AI. So if you're looking to implement AI solutions, data security in your organization, contact our friends of Tequila AI and tell them that you are coming from our side. Guys, thank you so much for this amazing episode and see you next week.
See you next week.
I know.
Bye.